Guys, I've had so many requests concerning this design, so I decided to make a video of it right now. So I am starting from my line, marking 5 inches. Then from that 5 inches, I'll mark the full length of the blouse. It's either you make it blouse or you make it a half length. So after that, I'll mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2. And I'll also mark my bust line. From shoulder to my bust line is 9 inches. Then I connect the shoulder line down to the bust line. So I'm going to divide my bust circumferences into 4 and mark half of it. Then from my shoulder, I'll mark my half length, which is 17 inches. I will divide my waist measurement and mark half of it. Then the same thing on the hip. I'll connect the line from the waist down to the hip and from the bust line down to the waist. Then the next thing is to connect my armhole. After connecting my armhole, I'll measure 4 inches from the neckline, or 3.5 depending your choice. Then from the length is 6 inches. I'll connect it. Then from that 5 inches I mark at the upper side, I'll mark the same 3.5 or 4 inches. Then after that, I have to cut it out. I'm cutting it out. You are seeing the way I'm cutting it. So follow the way I am cutting it to cut your own. You can do this on a half length or a full blouse or even a straight gown. It depends on your choice. Okay, so I will be cutting it. I hope you are following the way I'm cutting it to avoid mistake. I have to make this video faster because if I slow it, the video will be very long. Okay, so at the down part, I cut out 2 inches and I slant it to the center of the dress. Then I remove my pins and open the front bodice. You see the way I'm slanting the front, and I will cut it out. So from the neckline, I will slit it open. You can see the style. This is the style. It's not difficult. So the main purpose of this video is how to line it up. That's the main purpose. So I will use this front bodice to cut the back bodice. I'll use it to cut the back bodice and also my zipper allowance if you want yours to have zipper allowance. Guys, if you have watched to this stage, thank you for staying, thank you for watching, thank you for sharing, and thank you for always engaging on my video. All right, so you watch out and see the way I'm going to cut out the back. The back neckline will be different from the front neckline. So you see the line I mark out. So that place I mark out line is the shoulder line. So I'm going to follow the shoulder line and then cut the rest according to the front bodice. Okay, I added my zipper allowance. That's 1 inch for zipper allowance. If you don't want yours to have zipper allowance, you can as well cut it without zipper allowance. So after that, I'll mark the neckline, which is the depth is 2 inches and the wideness is 3.5 inches as I use at the front. So I slitted the zipper area open. So after that, the next thing is to cut the lining. The lining will be half lining. I use a different color of fabric to do the lining so that you'll be able to see it very clear and understand it. This video is just a tutorial video. Okay, this fabric is not for anybody, just a tutorial video for those that is requesting for the video, because I've had many requests to do video on how to turn this neckline with lining. That's why I'm doing this video. I hope you watch it and I hope you enjoy it. So after cutting out the lining, as you can see, the next thing now is to take it to my machine. You see, so I take out the lining and place it at the front for you to see it and see where the length stop. So it's a half lining. If it is half length, you can do full lining, but this one is a half lining. So I make sure you pin so that the lining will be stable. Okay, so that your lining will not be shifting up and down while sewing it. So I'm showing you how you're going to sew it. You can see the movement of my hand. on how you are going to sew it. And remember that you have two shoulder, but on this one I forgot that I have to slit the shoulder area, so I sewed everything. Watch me as I'm sewing it, you will notice what I'm saying. I sewed everything. So after sewing it, I now realized that, oh, I did not mark out the other shoulder. I needed to mark it out and then slant, as in non-sheet. From that non-sheet is where my sewing will start. Okay, so after sewing it, as you can see, I will trim out all the unwanted excess that I have. I'll trim it out, and on that V area I make sure that I non-sheet very well. I non-sheet so that it will relax. So I will turn it over. I'll turn it over to the other side. This is when I realized that, oh, I didn't mark out the other shoulder, as you can see. So I have to turn it back, then measure the other shoulder, and whatever I have there is what I use to mark out on the other shoulder. You see that? So from there I will non-sheet like 1/2 inch. So I'll start my stitches from that 1/2 inch. You see I'm losing it out. I lose that area out. So from that area that I notched, I have to stitch it back to be tight. And then I'll turn it inside out and iron it very well. Remember, I used to lament this. Ironing is very important. As far as you are a tailor or a fashion designer, iron should be your best friend, because it makes work neat. See as this cloth is, and see the difference when I iron it. You see that? You see how relaxed it is? So for those that's asking me how to turn this neckline with lining, I hope you are able to learn it now and understand it. That is not difficult. It's very simple. So I decided to tag that design so that it won't be moving up and down. So I just stitch there a little to hold it down. You understand? If you don't want, you can use button, tag button on it, or you can put design, or you can as well leave it that way. It's your choice. I just decided, for the sake of this video, I decided to tag it. So the next thing is to turn up the back neckline. As you can see on this neckline, I use a bias. I cut my cloth in a bias form, so I use it to hem the neckline. You can as well cut facing for the neckline. It is your choice. It depends on the one you want to do. But for me, I decided to use bias to do the neckline. So after the first one, I have to also do the same thing to the other one. I have 2 pieces because of the zipper allowance. So I have to trim it open to have a 2 pieces. But guess what? At the end, I didn't fix the zipper again. Because it's a tutorial, I don't find it necessary fixing the zipper. Okay, so I have to sew it. I have to close it. But reason why I cut it for the zipper allowance. The reason why I added the zipper is for you to know that you can use zip on that style, that you can attach zip if you want zip on it. So I'm closing that area. I'm using 1 inch because the 1 inch is my zipper allowance on it. So for that being, I want to put zip. That area that I'm stitching up is a place I will put my zip. So after closing the area, the next thing is to join the both shoulder, both the front and the back shoulder together. I joined with 1/2 inch. After joining the first shoulder, I have to join the second shoulder. You see that? I have to join the second shoulder. So you see the look now. Do you see that? This is beautiful. I love it. So the next thing is to close the both side. I use 1 inch. You can use the allowance you add. It depends on the allowance you add. Mine is 1 inch, so I'm going to use 1 inch to close the both side. Then if you want to attach the sleeve on your own, you attach your sleeve and then hem the down part. So remember I told you this is a tutorial, so the fabric is not for anyone. So the purpose of this video is for that neck, for you to see how to turn up the neck with lining. That's the purpose for this video. So after closing the both side, the next thing is to show you the final look of it. So I have to put it on my dummy to show you the final look of my work and how beautiful it is. You see that? This is beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you on my next video. If you have any request of video that you want me to cut for you, feel free to drop it.